beginning of the year should have hopefully helped you. So left medial, and then the one to the side is going to be left what? Lateral. Lateral. Good. So left medial, left lateral. Okay. On the right hand side, this one right here is all one lobe. It's really, really big. Okay. This one is going to be right, and since it's towards the middle, it is medial. And then the right laterals are actually these two that are over here on the side. Sometimes they're kind of buried in there and you have to dig for them a little bit, okay? So those are the right laterals. If we go back to the right medial, what do you have kind of sandwiched inside of it? The gallbladder, okay? So there's that gallbladder. Usually a green sac, sometimes it's not green, but you still should be able to see like a sac of tissue sitting there, all right? Now, if we come underneath here, there is another lobe to the liver hidden underneath this tissue. I want you to break this tissue apart. Okay? Remember what this was called? Greater omentum. Good. What you're breaking through right here is actually called the lesser omentum. It's not on your list, but thought I'd tell you. Okay, lesser omentum. This here is the caudate lobe. So you had left medial, left lateral, right medial, right lateral, and then caudate. So that's kind of the hard one to remember. The others are pretty easy based on their position. Okay?
What is it?
Caudate. Caudate. C-A-U-D-A-T-E. Caudate. All right. Coming out of the liver and gallbladder, what was the important chemical that comes out of liver and gallbladder?
Bile.
Bile, for breaking down fats. Good. And so it dumps into the duodenum, which remember is the first turn of the small intestine. If you look, you can see in some of them, and you might need to clean up some more of this connective tissue to see it really well, but this one you can see it very easily. Do you see that kind of green tube that's going down into the duodenum? Okay? No, it's not its wee-wee. It's the common bile duct, okay? Common bile duct. What actually happens is there's multiple ducts. One of them goes to the gallbladder, the other ones go to the liver, and all of them combine, like where my arms are, into what's called the common bile duct. And so when it does that, that common bile duct drains into the duodenum so that the bile can start to break down the fats. Okay, so you need to find that common bile duct. All right. What else? Let me just look real fast. So do the lobes of the liver. Find that. Find your ligament. Yesterday we did the mesenteries, right? The intestinal mesentery. Yes, this one. And then the one that was holding down the colon was the mesocolon. So intestinal mesentery, mesocolon. All right. The last thing for today, and should hopefully be the last three things on your list there, are the salivary glands. Now, if you found your masseter muscle when we did muscles like you were supposed to, today's going to be much easier, okay? If you didn't, you now have to still cut into the cat's face to find the salivary glands, okay? So that's why we relocated, because I wasn't going to mess with that today. So here was that big masseter muscle right here in the front, okay? 3 salivary glands, just like humans have. As you kind of pull away at this connective tissue here, you're going to notice that glands throughout the entire body tends to look like pork that's kind of been chewed up and then wadded back together again, just like how we had the fajita meat down there, okay? So up here in the face, the parotid glands look kind of similar in terms of it being kind of chewed up meat looking, okay? So here is actually the beginning of the parotid gland, this portion in here. And as you kind of clean this stuff out, the glands will tend to kind of pop out at you if you get into the right area. Can you see how this kind of is a ball of meat that's sitting there? Okay, so that's parotid gland. Underneath here, you have a second salivary gland. And which is the one that's located underneath our jaw? What's the name of your jaw?
Mandible.
So mandible. So under the mandible, submandibular. So we've got parotid right here, submandibular, and then located kind of underneath this vessel here. Here's your main jugulars that are coming up into the cat's head and things. You actually have 2 what are called the sublingual glands. And where are they located? Under the what?
The tongue.
Lingual is tongue. Good. So there's actually 2. They look like little beans that are sticking out right there. Okay? So parotid, submandibular, 2 sublinguals. All right? That should be everything on that left-hand column of y'all's list. Make sure before you clean up today, you know every single thing on that list. Okay?